Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, and first up we have a look at the final week of June when it comes to the Yojo Jude reveals, and we knew that there would be pre-orders based off of previous render reveals. M.A.K let us know that, so we have 5 items that are going up for pre-order today. They went up for pre-order today, I should say, with that of the mainline, was it Mistress Armada from the Iron Grenadiers. A rugged Duke with, apparently a callback to what Classified was going to be before they went for the sci-fi feel of things, and then eventually went just back to the retro look of things. So this Duke would have been what we probably would have got in the beginning if they went with this route. Kind of curious to see what the rest of the characters would have looked like if they went that route. Then we also got Avalanche. Finally, we got I think a name drop during Comic-Con last year, so they're finally showing it off. And it went up for pre-order. And then we have a look at a new character, kind of like Sundown, with that of Synapse, I think is what they called him. He is a Cobra character, brand new character from the ground up, and he is I think they said a Technomancer, which is like a necromancer, but when they use technology to raise the dead. So very curious to see what minions they give him in the future, so we could have some, playability with that kind of character's abilities. I thought it would have been cool if they gave him something that he could put on pre-existing Cobra characters or, Iron Grenadiers or stuff like that. And then we also got, of course, the Troop Builder of the Wave with that of the Toxo-Viper or Toxic Viper, which looked really awesome. So all 5 of these, Mistress Armada, Avalanche, Duke, Synopsis, and the Viper, are all been up for pre-order already. Everywhere you get your toys, be it Amazon, Hasbro Pulse, of course, BBTS, Entertainment Earth. I'm sure they're at Target and Walmart, and will hit store shelves later on this year. I think they said this was the final wave of the year, which means that anything else we see going forward, I think, will be like later in the year. But yeah, really cool reveals there for pre-orders. We also got digital renders of the final retro wave that we heard about from the previous Yojo June weeks, with that of Falcon looking really good here, and then a Cobra Valkyrie, which is the female Cobra Trooper, and I really like the design. They went with this with a more retro Cobra female design. Very excited for this one. And then finally, of course, finishing up the original 13 is Flash, which looks really good here. Very excited for that. Then we also got name only drops. One is the Crimson Snake Armor. So we are getting a red version of the Snake Armor. Very excited for that. For anyone who's a Crimson Cobra fan. And then we also got a update on the Marauders. We are getting I believe they said the final 2 to finish up that team. That with, I believe it's Mutt and Junkyard. And then, is it, oh god, I can't remember the other one, but it's shown here. I can't see it right now, but yeah, we're getting the final 2 from the Marauders, and then the final reveal of kind of name/image is that of the Triple H, Sergeant Slaughter's vehicle. And M.A.K did make a point that it will have a spin on it to be more classified, but you can have it look more retro. So it's kind of like the Hiss tank where you can swap back and forth. So yeah, really awesome G.I. Joe reveals. Very excited for all these, and they did say there'd be more between now and San Diego Comic-Con, and then of course San Diego Comic-Con, so I'm very excited to see what they have to announce. And in some Star Wars Hasbro news, we got some surprise reveals and pre-orders over the week, with that of a ARC Trooper 3-pack from the Clone Wars cartoon, which is really cool. So we're getting the 3 ARC Troopers that were on Kamino during the Assault of Kamino, so very excited for that one. And then we also got, I think it's the Solo twins, Han and Leia's twin children, as Black Series figures. Both of these went up, I believe, just a bit ago. They are available everywhere. They're not like exclusive, so you can get them at BBTS, Entertainment Earth, Hasbro Pulse. I believe on Pulse the ARC Trooper 3-pack has already sold out, but you can get it elsewhere right now. Really cool to see them doing more clones and kind of Legends characters, because I feel like there's a large majority of fans who grew up with that are kind of getting older now, who want to collect those characters and figures in the 6-inch scale, and they're noticing that, and I really appreciate that as one of those fans of the Clone Wars cartoons and clones in general. If they make a clone, I'll most likely get it because I just love all the variations in battalions and armors. But yes, if you want to pick these up with everything else that's available for pre-order or in stock this week, the links will be in the description down below. And we are not done with Star Wars. We talked about Black Series, but we also got 2 surprise vintage collection reveals that will be going up for pre-order tomorrow, I believe, the 25th, if my times are right and everything like that. And it will be that of the Geonosis troop packs, because like they said, they were going to keep doing stuff after the gunship to keep the Geonosis battle going. So we have gotten, I believe, the Geonosis warrior pack, we've got the Geonosis with the chariot, we've gotten all kinds of Jedi and other characters, and we're building out that scene around the gunship. And now we are getting the Clone Trooper pack, which is 4 Clone Troopers in their traditional kind of white packaging. That's kind of a way to have troop packs, which I appreciate that Hasbro does that. And they're just 4 Phase 1 Clone Troopers. I believe we got something like this before with 3 Phase 1 Clone Troopers and a captain or something. It might have been a commander now that I think about it. So this is a good way to fill out your ranks. And then for the Separatist side of things, we get 3 battle droids, or B1s, and the Geonosis brown, ish orange. And then you get a super battle droid. But the cool part about the super battle droid is it has interchangeable arms, so it could be a heavy super battle droid with the cannon, or just a standard super battle droid. I think that's really cool. I imagine these 2 sets will be very popular for, troop building and for fans of the Geonosis battle or just the Clone Wars. These both will be going up for pre-order, I believe, on Pulse on the 25th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, or 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do not know if they'll be on Fan Channel 2, like BBTS and Entertainment Earth, but they might be there because I don't think these are exclusive to Pulse. If they are, that would be a shame because, it would be a lot easier if other places sold it so people could get it all kinds of places. But it is definitely something really cool. I know that Shop Disney get these too, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. But yeah, they look really awesome, and it is cool to see that they are still building this and still doing Tatooine stuff off and on for the Cantina, so that's really cool too. And it is the 3rd week of the Target Summer Geek Out, and we got Mattel this time. And Mattel gave us not as much as, I was expecting. I figured they would have something. I mean, they usually only do wrestling and Masters of the Universe, but I know they have other things under their banner, so I would have assumed like a Hot Wheel or something like that. But we got MOTU with the origin scale version of the movie characters of Ram-Man and Moss-Man, and then a Skeletor and a Man-at-Arms in Triclops. So really cool stuff there. And then with the wrestling, we got a couple of wrestling figures, which are really awesome. So 3rd week was Mattel. All of these, I believe, are available except for the Skeletor and the Ram-Man and Moss-Man. Those 2 did sell out, but they will be in stores probably in large numbers because Target's really good at making sure they stock their exclusive nowadays. Usually if I go to a store, I see the exclusive at least once or twice throughout the time that it's on the shelf, so they're not too hard to get. But yeah, really cool stuff. Looking forward to seeing what they show off next at Target. And in some McFarlane toy news, McFarlane has been doing all kinds of things, branching out, especially with the announcement of DC moving back to Mattel. He's doing all kinds of video game stuff. He's going back to the original Image characters. He's doing sports stuff, and he's been doing anime stuff, as we've seen before with Demon Slayer, and I believe My Hero Academia. And now he is doing, I'm going to try to say this right, Dandadan, the anime that is very popular right now. I know that I've heard quite a bit about it, and it turns out that he has released 3 figures, and it's interesting. When I was actually looking, some of the sites these figures were selling out at, so that was pretty cool to see, that there is a following for it that want these toys. I'm hoping that maybe he'll do a Turbo Granny, I think is the character, the cat, at some point, so that, fans could get that character too. I'm surprised they didn't have it as like a side character figure in one of these packs, but they might be doing like a standalone pack or maybe a larger figure, I don't know. But it's really cool to see. I'm hoping that they keep that McFarlane keeps doing more. I know with some of the anime lines he did a couple and then kind of stopped, and then other ones they've been going for a while. I think Demon Slayer's still going. They still come out with figures every now and then for the 2 sizes that they have for it. So this is really cool looking for any fans out there of the anime. And in some San Diego Comic-Con news, because we are getting closer, we have some exclusives to talk about, with that of the Mattel Hot Wheels exclusives. And these are always, you know, a hit. Some of them not so much, but a lot of times there's always something that's very popular when it comes to Hot Wheel and sells out pretty fast at the Mattel booth. But we have 3 to talk about here. We have a Top Gun anniversary set, which comes with the jets from the scene where the Top Gun jet goes over the other one, which is a really cool thing. And they can come off the base and be able to be, you know, held, which is really cool. And then we have the Stranger Things Hot Wheel, which is really cool because it comes with the 3 bikes from the scene when the van gets tossed over them. And the crazy part is this the first time we're getting bikes in Hot Wheel that aren't like Hot Wheel size, that are actual bike size to fit with the cars? Because that might be a really cool historical first of kind of thing. And then the final one, of course, they have K-Pop Demon Hunters right now. I'm really impressed to see how much Mattel is doing with K-Pop Demon Hunters compared to Hasbro. Hasbro announced it, and then we haven't seen anything. They said they were going to get like prop replica things and some other things, but I haven't seen very much. I think we've got like Furbies of characters, like the cat, Derby Cat. And then like something else, like some board games and stuff like that. But we haven't gotten anything from the other stuff they talked about, whereas Mattel has been going non-stop with all their board games, their Hot Wheels now, their action figures, their dolls. So Mattel is definitely putting that stuff out there for the fans of it. And it is a really cool looking Hot Wheel. I love the packaging it comes in, so it looks like it's being the note from the movie where it comes out of his mouth. But yeah, really cool stuff from Mattel. I'm sure there's more to come. I know we haven't seen anything from Jurassic Park or Masters of the Universe or Monster High. Am I forgetting anything? We've seen wrestling, we've seen Hot Wheels now. I think that's it so far. So we still have quite a few things for them to reveal before the convention. And some more Comic-Con news, but also available to fans right now if you want to pre-order them, is the Loyal Subject exclusives of the year. And there's 4 items that are available right now for pre-order and will be available at the show, with that of a Football My Pet Monster, I think it's Poppers, I can't remember the name of this one, soccer ball one. So a little cool sports thing going on with their characters. And then 2 masked items that are offered that are like, I think they call them the holographic figures of Matt Tracker and his vehicle and him. And then I feel bad, I don't remember what the motorcycle and the guy are called from that one. But I love the coloring, it's really cool, the greens and the blues. Maybe they'll do the truck in red, since they didn't give Matt Tracker's vehicle the red. So that'd be cool to see. But yeah, all of these are available right now for pre-order if you want to pick them up. Link will be down in the description below to take you to Loyal Subject to pick these up. Really cool stuff just to see. I'm wondering if there's going to be more than just these 4, like a Gem and the Holograms exclusive or any of the other licenses they have. I know they just got Pal World. We talked about that last week, so maybe they'll do an exclusive for that. But yeah, really cool stuff. And I love that you can pick it up even if you're not going to the show, so you can be part of the fun without having to go to Comic-Con. And in some really interesting and awesome MAFEX toy news, we got 2 new DC character figures for the Superman for Tomorrow, I believe it is, movie or series or whatever it was. What really piqued my interest is just this Wonder Woman. It looks incredible. I know that I have the McFarlane Vault version of Wonder Woman that came out that was really popular on pre-order, but this one's really cool too, and I'm kind of tempted to get it, but I'll probably pass on it just because I think the scale isn't quite the same as the McFarlane figures, so she won't really fit well with the rest of my DC Justice League characters. But there's also a really incredible Superman, because it is Superman for Tomorrow, that looks really awesome, that comes with a kind of awesome sculpted base that looks like one of the building sides. So yeah, really awesome looking figures. If you want to pick these up, they are available at BBTS, Entertainment Earth, Hobbylink Japan, I think, anywhere you buy your imported figures, because MAFEX is imported. But they're really awesome. I love all the accessories that come with them too. They look really awesome. And in some Mattel Creations news, specifically Masters of the Universe, we have a look at 2 offerings. First up, it is going to be going live, I believe, tomorrow. It is that of the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe. It is a Club Grayskull first exclusive. Chronicles line, He-Man versus Skeletor. So it's that final scene in the movie where they're battling that was shown in the trailers. And it is the Chronicles, He-Man, and Skeletor. It's $25 each, so it's $50 for the set when you buy it, because the figures are $25, which is awesome. So it's $50 for the set. It is a Mattel Creations exclusive. I believe the figures are mostly the same as the standalone figures. It's just a really cool way to get the two of them if you haven't found them yet. I know I saw the Masters of the Universe Chronicles He-Man at one point, but I've yet to see the Skeletor anywhere, so this is really cool for anyone who wants to get those. And then the second offering, which is not, I think, a Club Grayskull exclusive, you can just buy it, is the Masters of the Universe movie Chronicles Orko. So this is really cool. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything about it, but it's cool to see this figure. I'm very excited for it. For any Orko fans out there, this is definitely something cool. I love that it comes with like a flight stand that moves around and everything like that. That is more articulated than previous ones that we've gotten. It's just a really cool looking figure. I believe it is $25, I think they said, for it, because that is the standard Chronicle pricing for the used standard figures, which is really awesome to see that Mattel can keep them at $25 when we've seen so many other toy companies have to raise their prices due to things. So hopefully we'll still see that for a while, but really cool offerings if you are a Masters of the Universe fan, and especially the movie, which I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a really cool movie. But yeah, really cool stuff. And in comics this week, we think look awesome and incredible. First up, we have a look at Marvel's X-Men Outback #1. Very excited for this. If you know the Outback X-Men story, this is going to be something really cool to read if you're a fan of that. I think we actually just recently finished this Team 2 in Marvel Legends toy form, so that's really cool. I'm a big fan of this team version, you know. I think, yeah, because we just got Outback Psylocke, I believe. So yeah, we did finish, I think. Unless there's a character that needs a different, you know, sculpt or update. But yeah, no, this comic sounds really awesome. It talks about how we're going to get to see the X-Men team as they do their missions at the headquarters in Australia. I remember the old cartoon, which was really cool. And the comics are just going to be really awesome, probably, because this story is going to be very interesting. I'm just going to say that. Next up, we have the Eye Collector from Image Comics. This is a new comic that looks really cool. It talks about the Apollo 13 astronauts and how on their mission past the moon, they make wishes. And there is I believe they said an Eldritch or ancient being. So this is really cool. I'm hoping this has got some, you know, Eldritch being kind of vibes, like H.P. Lovecraft kind of stuff, so I'm very excited for that. And there's always so many cool new comics coming out, especially out of Image. And then finally, our third and final comic to celebrate the Supergirl movie coming out, I'm pretty sure this is the reason for this, is the Summer of Supergirl special. This is kind of like a bunch of little stories put together for Supergirl for the summertime. I think they did this for Superman too. So that's really cool, something to kind of go along with the movie, kind of let you read more about the characters if you liked it. Always love it when comics do that, so that when the iron is hot and people are watching the movies and maybe going, wow, I really like this character, I wonder if I can learn more about them. They're like, there's a new comic out that is just a kind of standalone thing or a one-off where you can read it and learn more about the characters, and then you can go read other comics, older and new. So really cool stuff. All these comics look awesome. Like always, let me know in the comments down below if you're picking up any of these comics, if there's any comics you think I should check out because they're really awesome. Let me know your opinions. And like always, I will catch you next week with some more comics. And in today's Creative Corner, we have a look at a very talented toy customizer when it comes to all kinds of different lines. And they've even made figures that don't have a line. With that of at Zentrum Chimp on Instagram. Hopefully I said that right. Really cool name. They do all kinds of cool customs. So first up, the things that caught my eye is they did a 3-inch scale Cade 6. I know the only action figure we ever got, I believe, from Destiny when it comes to Cade 6 was the McFarlane one way back when. And no one else except for Mega Constructs made a little minifigure. Really did action figures, especially a 3-inch, and this is just incredible. They even have the Ace of Spades there, all the details on all the different parts, like they got it one for one. It's incredible. So that was the item that really stuck out to me that I thought was really cool. But there's all kinds of amazing stuff. This is just like, I would say this is like maybe 1%, 2%, what I have shown here of what they have. They have all kinds of amazing stuff. They have Pokemon warriors, so it's like armored warriors that are done up to look like Pokemon. They have all kinds of amazing Transformers customs, like this Nancy using the RC motorcycle mode that just looks awesome. They took the Seekers from the War for Cybertron game and turned them into the Coneheads, which is really cool. I love that they were able to get all the different, designs and stuff like that for the Jets. They have a amazing Cheetor. I don't know if it's Cheetor, if it's their own character that they made up using the Cheetor, but the paint there is incredible. They have all kinds of awesome Star Wars customs, like a Mandalorian heavy Maul DeLorean, one of Darth Maul's loyalists, using that heavy Mandalorian body that just looks incredible. They have amazing miniature stuff that looks cool too. There's a mini here that looks awesome. And then there's even some 3-inch Star Wars stuff, like a custom Phase 1/2 Commander Wolf. The helmets can swap, so you can have either version. And then Plo Koon, his giant general, that looks awesome. I love that they gave him the lightsaber color that is his, technically I think it was his original lightsaber color before they just had it be blue. But yeah, just all kinds of amazing customs. Definitely go check them out. Give them the shares, the follows, the likes, the loves. With everyone, share it with people that would get a kick out, because like I said, they have lots of Transformers customs, but they have Star Wars customs, Marvel customs, I think, just all kinds of stuff. I spent a good 30 minutes just going through and looking at everything and trying to see what I thought looked the coolest. And to me, this stuff all looked cool, but there's other stuff there that might look cooler to you, so please go give them a follow, go give them the support. Their work is incredible. I will catch you all next week and with another Wednesday Warrior wrap up. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and just have an amazing week.